Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. And this video is going to be taken from the Rosicrucian Brotherhood, Volume 1, October 1907, Number 4. Johannite Christians. Kenneth R. H. Mackenzie. These were a sect of Oriental Christians who pretended to be the sole depositaries of the true mysteries of the religion of Jesus. They assert that they possess the real history of Jesus Christ, and partly adopting the Jewish traditions and the narrations of the Talmud. They further said that the scenes and events narrated in the Gospels were only allegories, of which St. John gave the key when he remarked, "And there are also many things which Jesus did, the which, if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written." Amen. John 21:25. According to the Johannite Christians, this would be nothing but a ridiculous exaggeration if there were not any allegory and legend concerned. Susceptible of infinite variation and interpretation, the following is the actual historical legend of this sect. A young virgin of Nazareth named Miriam was betrothed to one of her tribe named Johannite. One day she was surprised and outraged by a certain man, Pandira or Panther, who forced himself into her chambers in the garments and under the name of her betrothed Johannite. The latter, being made acquainted with her misfortune, quitted her without exposing her, she being in fact innocent. The result was that she gave birth to a son who received the very ordinary Jewish name of Joshua or Jesus in the Greco-Aramaic dialect. This child was adopted by a rabbi named Joseph, who carried him into Egypt. He was initiated into the occult sciences, and the priest of Osiris, regarding him as the long-promised incarnation of Horus, expected by the adepts, finally consecrated him sovereign pontiff of the universal religion. Joseph and Joshua returned to Judea, where the science and virtue of the youth soon attracted the attention of the priest and excited the jealousy and hatred. At last they publicly reproached him with the illegitimacy of his birth. Joshua, who loved and venerated his own mother, who had been preserved and cared for by his adopted father Joseph, interrogated his master and was informed by him of the crime of Pandira and the misfortune of Miriam. His first impulse was to publicly deny her, saying to her in the midst of a marriage festival, "Woman, what have I to do with thee?" John 2:4. But suddenly remembering that a poor woman should not be punished for having suffered that which it was impossible for her to prevent or avoid, he exclaimed, "My mother has not sinned. She has not lost her innocence. She is immaculate, and yet she is a mother. Be double honor therefore paid to her. As for myself, I have no father in this world. I am the Son of God and of humanity," and therefore he entered upon his mission. The Johannite Christians assert that the Apostle John had transmitted to them these facts and attributed to him the foundation of their mythical church. The Grand Pontiffs of this sect took the title of Christ and laid claim to an unbroken chain of succession in their office. At the time of the foundation of the Order of the Temple, AD 1118, the Grand Pontiff was named Theoclete. He was acquainted with Hughes de Payens and initiated him into the mysteries and privileges of his church, promising him the sovereign priesthood and supreme government, and finally designating him as his successor. Of course, it is hardly necessary to add that this legend should be received with the extreme caution due to the unauthenticated traditions, and it is given here simply as a curious fragment of history of past times. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And please consider donating a little to Wars of the Roses. The links are in the description below.